Philly streets talk. Philly streets talk. T, what up? Philly streets talk. Rich, what up? Mo, what's up? Philly streets talk. 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 I'm out the truck screaming go Sixers. Cold animals, we throw pitches. That Eagles game 60 inches look so vicious. Rich go play the track, he got the hot mixes. Put it on the airwaves and they gon' go listen. It's the music, I show you how to do it. I've been a major figure cause Gilly was my influence. Bumping most when they out 66 and Buicks. Organic as the roots, I bring it back to the truest. I'm talking Essex, West Philly section. I've been a Fresh Prince, so of course I get they blessing. Ties to my Southwest fame on King Assassin, who helped me out when I'm pitching CDs on 52nd. What you know about? Seagull what a thug about. Still bumper flames, 2 tape, I can't go without. I slap shots like a flyer, don't even doubt. I'm on point like Dave Sean when he go on route. Philly great, for Billy Cosby's sake. I'm posted out with Geno's eating a greasy steak. Talk of Philly streets, voice don't ever break. They need a way to see. We set the vision straight.
I bring the music so child, man, my flow so wild, like a jar of that blocky. Salam to the Aki, a winner like Rocky. Call me Apollo Creed, I deliver so cocky. Could bring you up to speed like I might come through the blue, I might come on the green. See, I track with my team, you know the traffic is mean. Hook, jab, and the lean. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins, I'm plotting on the opposition. Losing ain't the option. Them Philly streets talk. I've been influenced since the Broad Street bully ball. Trade Vine hoodie talk. Tri-state reppin' hard. Another day, another dollar. Get them bets involved. Like Eagles for the extra yard. Shout out to DJ Drama, Diamond Cuts, Nigga Meek Mills, and every starting artist on the come up. Man, this shit's real. And Derry's on the studio. I'm with my brother Tech fam. Trying to make a quick flip like Phillies. This is the grandstand. Philly streets talk. Philly streets talk. Philly streets talk. Philly streets talk.
What's up, everybody? This is Clayton Prince. I'm here, Philly Streets Talk. I really appreciate y'all giving me some time and let me talk to your audience about everything that's going on for me. As some of y'all know me, most people know me from The Cosby Show back in the day. I was Denise Huxtable's boyfriend, 8 month, a reggae singing boyfriend. Yeah, that was me. I was also in the movie Hairspray. I'm the original Seaweed from the movie Hairspray back in the day with Ricky Lake, and then I was on a soap opera for a couple of years on NBC called Another World, and I actually quit that soap to do have my own series in Spain called Dark Justice. So at that, then I came back home to Philly because I wanted to start a production company here in Philly because I felt like I know I'm not the only talented person from Philly, and there's just a lot of untapped talent here in the city. And a lot of people used to give me their DVDs from Philly and saying, yo, can you help me out, can you put me down? And I kept trying to tell everybody the music industry is different from the acting side. It's 2 totally different things. Even though it's all showbiz, it's 2 different things. And they were like, oh, you could help me if you wanted to. Come on, help me out. So I took people's DVDs and CDs and I listened to them, and the cassettes, and this is how long I used to listen to stuff. And some of it was good. I was like, man, what kind of story could I come up with? Because some of it was gospel, some of it was R&B, some of it was hip-hop, some of it was pop. And I was just like, what kind of story could I tell that has all these different genres of music? And then it dawned on me, I could come up with like a soap opera, a primetime soap opera about a dude that owns a record label. Because Philly was big for that. That would be a great thing to have in Philly. So, because Philly was large in the music industry back in the 60s, the 70s, and some of the 80s, but back in those times, Philly was on top. So I had this idea way back when. My copyright is dated 2005 for the Library of Congress. So I had this thing and I was trying to put together, so I just had a rough idea of it back in 2005. And then I met Lee Daniels in 2008. And I said, you know what? Actually, the Philadelphia Film Office introduced me to him. He said this competition.
Yeah, if you don't mind, where did you meet Lee Daniels?
So the city of Philadelphia, the Greater Philadelphia Film Office, they every year they throw this competition called the Philly Pitch. So a lot of people submit their ideas for TV shows and movies, anything that can be shot in Philly. So all the judges are people who are supposed to have enough clout to greenlight a project if they hear something that they like. Lee Daniels is one of the judges, and I was one of the people picked to pitch two different projects. One was a movie comedy called Kung Fu Sissy. You probably haven't seen it, you're coming in that one. So there was that.
Whatever happened to that one?
I got a copyright on it, I just didn't produce it. Because the way I want to do it, I got to put a lot of money into it.
Okay, it's a budget.
Yeah,
it's all about a budget. Okay.
Yeah, but with Cream, I already shot Cream. So I kind of had an advantage over everybody else in the competition. So the film office said, look, you can pitch Cream to everybody on the panel.
So Cream is the film, is your film.
Cream is what I shot, the idea about a guy who owns a record label out of Philly, whose baby mom is always trying to...
So what are you saying? You saying that Cream Empire is Cream or Cream is Empire? What are you saying?
Well, I'll tell you what, let me give you my pitch that I gave to Lee Daniels. Cream is about a guy from Philly who owns a record label. He has 2 adult children. One of his kids has a mental thing, so he's kind of slow. Sometimes he talks about himself in third person. But
so who might be that person on Empire?
I would say that's obvious. My character's name was, my son was Angelo, and theirs is Andre. Yeah, real simple, right? So anyway, so the baby mom, in mine, in Cream, the baby's mom was Brenda, and they were married and they were cooking. Brenda wasn't involved in the children's life because she was doing drugs. And in Empire, she wasn't involved in bringing up the kids because she was selling drugs. But when she comes back, when they both come back into the kid's life, they try to use the kids to get half the company. So, but both the characters, both Lucius and Winston, my character's name is Winston, they both have an incurable disease that they lie to everybody about.
So Winston faked his own ailment as well as Lucius did?
And Winston, he got sick with something, and so when people, was accusing him of stuff, he was like, no, I'm fine, I'm doing fine. But it was a different disease. Then I don't want to say it, just in case anyone wants to watch Cream, because it's on Amazon Prime right now. I don't want to give it away, but it was just a different disease. So the diseases had to be dealt with in a different way. But the same story, the rivalry with another record label, the paternity stuff, all that came from Cream. Anyway, so that was my pitch to Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels said, man, that's brilliant. He said, I love this idea. Who else knows about this? I said, not too many people. He was like, oh my God, this is so good, this is so good. Yeah, I definitely want to get a copy of this DVD. Oh, we should make a movie out of this. And I said, well, if you want, because, it's your pool. I said, if you want to make a movie out of it, you can get the money for that, that's cool, but it really should be a series. Because there's no way you can get all the characters and all the things that need to be explained with all the characters in 2 hours. It really needs to be an ongoing thing. But if you want to do it as a movie, that's cool. You say, oh my God, you're right. But why would you want to have the lead character have a disease? That's crazy. Yeah, and I said, well, let's be real, for television. I said, I know you do a lot of movies, but for television, it's all about sponsorship. Who else has more money than the drug companies? No one's ever done that before. And he said, oh my God, you're right. No one has ever done that before. Oh my God, that's brilliant. I said, thank you. So, would you like to work with me? He said, but you really want to make it a TV show instead of a movie? I said, yeah. And he said, well, let's do a different disease. He said, I really like this. He said, I want to work. I want to do this. He said, but let's make it a different disease because I just don't work. I don't want that disease. I don't want to use that disease. And he said, I also want you to add a gay character because everything I do there has to be a gay character. I said, all right. I said, I already have a same-sex storyline.
So Lee Daniels told you that he needs to have gay character in all of his movies?
Yeah, he said, that's my thing. He said, everything I'm involved in, I always like to have a gay character. So I said, well,
Did you ever ask why?
because he's a gay man and that's his agenda that he wants to push. So,
Yeah,
so what I told him, I said, we have a lesbian storyline in there. He said, no. I said, it's always girls. I want boys. It's always girls. And he got like upset about that. I'm like, all right. I said, we can negotiate that. We can work around that. I said, but are you willing to work with me and help me on this? He said, yeah. What kind of protection you got on this? He actually asked me that. So
What did that mean?
Yeah, that's why I played dumb. I did exactly what I said. What do you mean by protection? And he said, well, do you have like, is it with the writer's guild? He said, is it with the writer's guild? I said, no, it's not with the writer's guild. Is that going to be a problem? He said, no problem. Okay, just give me all the copies you got. Give me all the copies. I said, because then I was trying to change the subject.
So
because
to be straight,
yeah,
what kind of protection means that meant? Are you copyrighted? Or are you covered? Or
my copyright was registered in 2005.
no. But what did it mean? What did he? What
He
did
was
he?
vague about that. He just said, do you have any kind of protection on it? He said, you working with any lawyers or agents on this?
Okay.
So he was trying to fish for that. And I felt like he might be kind of fishing, but then I didn't want to accuse him of that. Because, it's like I'm just meeting this man, and I want to say at the first meeting, yo, you're trying to steal my stuff. And I wasn't worried about it because I wasn't worried for two reasons. One, because I knew I had a valid copyright. So if he did try to steal it, I was like, I can always try to sue him. But then I also felt like I had friends at the Greater Philadelphia Film Office, and they videotaped the whole thing. So I was like, if he does try to steal it, I know my friends at the Greater Philadelphia Film Office will give me a copy of this video. So I have faith in that.
So now that you feel like he stole it, now what?
So,
What about those friends that you thought that you said you had?
yeah, so when I first saw it, I didn't realize he stole it until I saw it on TV like everybody else. At that point, I finally got a connection in LA to distribute Cream, the 2010 version that I did. Because after that, I got tired of waiting for Lee Daniels, got a little bit of money together. I shot a version of it in 2010. Some of the same cast, some new cast members. So we shot 4 episodes in 2010, all based on the storylines that I told Lee Daniels about that he loved so much. I got this guy to shop it, and the guy said, I'm having a hard time shopping this because everyone keeps saying that there's another show that there's a lot like. I said, there's no other show like mine. There's none. No one has ever done a show like this. And he said somebody, and this was in September or October of 2014. And he said somebody's got a show out there that it's a lot like it. And no one wants to buy yours because they're saying it's a lot like this new show. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Did you ever find anyone with the same show like yours? As he said?
I never saw one. So in January of 2015, I started hearing about the show called Empire. I started seeing trailers on Fox. And I said, yeah, Lee Daniels is coming out with the show Empire. I'm like, no. Maybe he just took the premise. Because by law, you're allowed to take a premise, but you can't go into storylines and details like that. So I thought maybe he just took the premise. A black man from Philly with a record label. And you can't sue somebody for that. That's not enough by law.
So do you know how long this show been on, airing on television?
Empire?
Yeah.
Empire's been on since January of 2015.
Okay, and when did you...
So when I first saw it, I got a little heated. First, I saw the first episode and I was like, wow, that's a lot of like, let me not jump to conclusions though, because by law, you're allowed to have a little bit of similarity. So I was like, let me look into this. Excuse me a second, sorry. So I said, let me look into this. So I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes and I was like, wow, yeah, he's going into all my storylines, not just the premise, but he's going into the way I shot it. And so I was like, all right, so I feel like I got something here, but let me talk to lawyers. Talk to some lawyers, and they're like, well, before you know you got a case, you got to prove not only that you have a copyright, but you have to prove access, which is usually the hardest thing to prove. So in other words, let's say this camera wasn't on, and you were asking me questions, and you pitched me a really good idea, And I was like, oh man, that's good, yeah. And I took it. How would you be able to prove that you gave me that idea and that we even never met? Because I might say, yo, Mo, I never heard of you. I never met before in my life. So that's the hardest thing to prove, that we met, and at that meeting that you pitched that idea. I had my friends at the Greater Philadelphia Film Office who could prove that I met him. So I went to the film office and I asked them for a letter, but I played real dumb. And I said, hey, isn't this great what's going on with Lee Daniels? I know he's a friend of yours. And he said, yeah, it's wonderful and all the success. I said, a lot of people don't even think I ever met him. Could you write a letter for me on your letterhead saying that I did actually meet him when I pitched Cream to him? They're like, of course, Clayton, of course. Remember, we introduced you to him. Of course we'll write that. And they gave me more information than I even asked for. More information that actually helped me. They didn't realize how much they were helping me. So after I had that letter in my hand and they signed it on their letterhead saying that they introduced me to Lee Daniels to pitch Cream and Kung Fu Sissy in front of a whole bunch of other judges too. And I had emails from some of the other judges saying that I pitched Cream, but Lee Daniels wouldn't give me his email. But because I had the emails from the other judges who said that I pitched Cream at that event, that locked them in legally. So once I got that letter, I was like, okay, hey, but now there was a video, because again, even though they were my friends, sometimes you never know. Sometimes money makes people do funny things.
As again, you can just close your eyes and just imagine everything.
Granny thirsty.
So you say you got cake, now you think you were fake, now all you do is hate. Yeah, you told me to wait, now show me your way, so you think that you hard? Because you got bars? Man, you ain't a star, no man can know the future, so it's no way to know if this rap shit would take you far. Shit, you need to be smart, yeah, you need to be smart, and you need to have heart, cause in this cold world that we live in today, there's no problem for me to rip you apart. You stay on the block, you selling them rocks, and you got a knot, you need to just stop, cause either you getting locked up or you getting put in the box. Now did you watch? We stuck at the bottom, while they up at the top, they taking the middle. While we hustle, we killing each other, just scraping the top. You want what I got instead of using people's motivation, say I'ma get it box. You grab a block, shoot up another, also doing what you do. The feet is blocked, then we hustle grind. To the back of your bonds, most of rock up all times, and in the universe created by God, we consider money to be one of the bonds, so things won't change. No pain, no gain. Hope you feeling the same. I'm hungry, and I heard that they eat. Are you with me? Cause I'm taking they plate. Because they got cake. Now you told me to wait, now how can I wait? Cause I'm hungry right now when a ninja ain't eating days. I'm taking your plate. You got what I want? I'ma take it by force. The Indians fought the pilgrim for their land, so just know I'ma do this till I'm a force. And you tell me they thanks, but thanks for your plate. Cause I'm taking your plate. Now 400 years of being suppressed, it's almost over. Revolution start today. I'm taking your plate. Yes, I'm taking your plate. Yes, I'm taking your plate. And let's fight to preserve our future. The time is now for us to make changes. They call us statistics. Low lives, immigrants, no lives. Drug dealers, thugs, killers, ignorant, and we proving them so right. Babies born out of wedlock, a junkie mom and a dead pop. We get mad at society. Society has us right where they want us. A hell-like system corrupt. No, the system is perfect, designed to do what it's supposed to do. Taking your image with cars, clothes, and jewels. Yes, you're older than you when you accept and cop murder, lust, and cold blood, which is the same thing we do to ourselves. You're teaching our kids to hate one another. Better so just let them themselves, but we stuck in them jails and that hustle money couldn't make us rebel. But your minds are so frail when no one that got them, they ready to kill. But me, I'm ready to preach. That is why I'm on the stage. Let me just teach you. You listen to problems, nothing to me. You call it beef, but I call it a feast. I'm back on the past, living the present, dream of a future we want always to live in. Open more schools, close up to prisons. They got us divided by race and religion. Political views, rapping a block that you never get for us and ignorant fools. Some know the message I'm giving to you. Others just listen and do what you do. You play because you got cake. Then you told me to wait. How can I wait? Cause I'm hungry right now when the ninja ain't eating days. I'm taking your plate. You got what I want? I'ma take it by force. The Indians fought the pilgrim for their answers. Just know I'ma do this till I'm a pulse. And tell me your thanks, but thanks for your plate. Cause I'm taking your plate. Now 400 years of being suppressed, it's almost over. Revolution starts today. I'm taking your plate. Yes, I'm taking your plate. Yes, I'm taking your plate. Let us fight to preserve our future. The time is now for us to make a change. Let's make a change.
We back.
Yeah.
More Clayton Prince.
Yeah. So
let's do it.
so what I was saying to you before the break was I went to my friends at the film office and I said, after I got that letter, I said, y'all also did a video, right? And he said, Clayton, why are you asking all these questions all of a sudden? That was years ago. Why all of a sudden you're asking all these questions? I said, well, I'm just so proud that I met the great Lee Daniels. I want all the evidence that I can show my friends that I actually pitched some of my stuff to the great Lee Daniels. So can I get that video? And they said, all right, we gotta look for it. So, day goes by, 2 days go by, week goes by. I call them up, I'm like, yo, what happened to that video? He said, yeah, we lost our copy. We can't find the copy that we had of our event.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, y'all my friends, y'all wouldn't lie to me. So I said, do you remember the guy's name that you hired to shoot the video? Yeah, we can't think of the guy's name, we forgot. We used so many people, we can't think of who it was. Okay, all right, I'll respect that because y'all my
These
friends.
are your buddies at the film.
Y'all my friends, I've known y'all for years. All right, I respect y'all telling me the truth. If you really can't remember, you lost your copy. All right, I'm gonna respect that. So then I went on this wild goose chase, asked everybody I knew who shot video in town, said, do you know who shoots video for the film office? Everyone said, no, but you should write to the film office. And one of the executives at the film office even wrote an email. We told Clayton Prince we don't know who shot it. So after looking around, I found out, oh, the guy who shot it works right down the hall. He's your employee. This guy named Rob Katz. You forgot your employee, Rob Katz, shot the video. Yeah, so I called Rob Katz. I said, Rob, do you have the video? And he said, I have it, but it's the property of the film office. I can't give it to you unless they give me the okay. Wow, okay.
Go back to the film office.
Film office wouldn't give you the okay. Because they watched the video, and they saw the pitch, and they were like, oh, they were afraid that they were liable because it happened at their event. By law, they were supposed to ask the Daniels to sign something saying that they wouldn't steal nothing. They wouldn't steal anything. And also they should have had me sign something saying that I wouldn't hold them liable if somebody stole something. But none of those things happened because they trusted me and they trusted him. So we're in a position right now where, by law, I'm talking legalities, if you own a consignment store and somebody gives you some merchandise to sell in your consignment store, but your employee at that consignment store steals something, you're liable. You can't go to somebody and say, well, the guy I trusted to work in here stole your thing.
Of course.
So you're liable.
So
I went back.
You can sue the film industry.
The film office, yeah. So they became one of the defendants because they wouldn't give me the video. So then we had to subpoena the video. So once we subpoenaed the video, they cut that video up so much, that video that they swore they didn't know how to get to, they cut that thing up. And like I said, we got emails saying that they didn't know how to get to that video. But they cut that thing up. It looked like a bad episode of I Dream of Jeannie. Like 1 second I'm over here, next second I'm over there, just like pop, pop, pop. Because every time I mention the word cream, they popped it out. You never hear me introduce. On the video, they introduce everybody by their name and the project that they're pitching. Everybody except
you.
me. So they said, oh, well, we just happened to run out of film at that moment. But coincidentally. So the only pitch you hear me giving is you just suddenly see me talking about the second project that I pitched, never the first one.
So they cut out the first one. So did everyone submit 2 projects?
No, some people only have one.
And
but
you had 2 projects,
yeah.
and
which is what they wrote on their letterhead before they knew I was going to sue. So I got that fact.
So did you see?
And Channel 10, the video on Channel 10, when Channel 10 News did a story on it, they admitted on the news that they wrote that letter.
So did you see the actual, like, any type of transfers or whatever when the video popped, when you seen the footage?
Like I said, it was like a bad episode of I Dream of Jeannie. Just tell you, I popped here, popped there, all these pop. It's like, oh, come on, even I Dream of Jeannie back in the 60s had some better edit than that. And they swear that was all the video and footage that they had.
And how many times do you believe you mentioned the word cream?
How many times I mentioned it in this interview?
A lot, pretty much.
That's my project. That's what I was talking about.
And they never caught not one word of it.
Somehow it was just,
So did they have good audio? Did they capture good audio there?
Well, yeah, you heard everybody of what they permitted me to see, so what they submitted to the court. You never ever heard me say anything about Roy Cream. So the judge, at one point, the first judge, he said, well, you know, I'll take this video into advisement. And my lawyer said, well, we want to argue all the inconsistencies of the video. And the judge said, that's really not necessary because I can't use this video. He said it's outside of the four corners of your complaint. So because this video is outside the four corners of the complaint, I cannot use it. So you really don't have to argue the validity or authenticity of this video because I can't use it. My thing is, everybody, I'm grateful to Dame Dash. That's what I really like to talk to. Yo, if I can see you on here, forget me, Dame Dash. Dude, I got so much respect for you. Dude, I am so grateful for that video that you put out because now people, that proved a character thing. Monique said certain things about his character. Dame Dash said certain things about his character. So it's not just me saying anything. It's a lot of people. I would hope people put two and two together. I would hope that people watch this, watch my show Cream that's on Amazon Prime right now. In fact, in October, it's going to be released on Comcast. So I would hope that y'all watch the show, support it, and whatever comments y'all want to put in, if it helps me, I would greatly appreciate that. If y'all think it's a lot like the first season of Empire, then please put that. If you don't, then God bless you. But as all of y'all who've seen Empire, especially the fans of Empire, didn't y'all notice how there's a big difference between the first season and the second and third season? Wasn't it almost like somebody else wrote it? Wasn't it? Why could that be? I'm telling you because it's my story. He didn't write the first season, y'all. That was me. Why couldn't the man continue his story if he created it?
So why do you think, before we go, why do you think that he just didn't, bring you in, involve you in it?
My opinion is this. Based on some interviews that he already said, he said at the time, around the time that I met him, he said he was addicted to cocaine and that he was broke. I believe that because he, based on that video that Dame Dash put out, he owed Dame Dash $2 million. It's also a public record that he owed $350,000 to the Screen Actors Guild for a film that he produced that flopped called Shadowboxer. So he was in debt. And the little bit of money, I guess the 5% that I offered him, just to call up Oprah Winfrey, that's what I was like, call up your friend Oprah Winfrey, because in 2008, Oprah had her network, but she didn't have any hits on at the time. So I knew that she needed something, and I was just like, yo, you'd be helping me, you'd be helping your friend Oprah. I offered him 5%, but I see now 5% wouldn't have got him out of the debt that he was in. Taking my project could have gotten him out of the debt, so that's motive. We already know there's motive, and he had opportunity, all those things. But that's my belief. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand.
Philly Streets Talk. Philly Streets Talk. T, what up? Philly Streets Talk. Rich, what up? Mo, what's up? Philly Streets Talk. 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 I'm out the truck screaming, go Sixers. Cold handles, we throw pitches. That Eagles game, 60 inches, look so vicious. Rich Gold play the track, he got the hot mixes. Put it on the airwaves and they gon' go listen. It's the music, I show you how to do it. I've been a major figure cause Gilly was my influence. Bumping most when they out 66 and viewers. Organic as the roots, I bring it back to the truest. I'm talking Essex, West Philly section. I've been a Fresh Prince, so of course I get they blessing. Ties to my Southwest fame on King Assessor, who helped me out when I'm pitching CDs on 52nd. What you know about? Seagull with a thug about. Still bumper flames, 2 tape, I can't go without. I slap shots like a flyer, don't even doubt. I'm on point like Dave Sean when he go on route. Philly great, for Billy Cosby's sake. I'm posted out with Geno's eating a greasy steak. Talk